I recently made the mistake of wearing a red shirt when I went in to shop at Target. Next thing you know, someone asked, was I filling in for Lana's shift? Shift happens. P.S. Who's Lana? Okay, this is one of my best selling cards. My Target Shift Happens card. It's not my only Target card, but it's probably one of my best selling Target cards. Hi, I'm Colleen, and I write and illustrate funny women greeting cards and have done so for years. And most recently, I hit 10,000 plus mark of sales in my Etsy store. But you know what's funny? Nobody asks, what I get asked most is not what paper stock do you use? How is your printer set up? Where do you create your cards? How do you create your cards? Do you use websites to create your cards? Um, how do you ship your cards? That's not what I'm asked the most. What I am asked all the time is where do you come up with your ideas? And that's easy for me. They're always floating around in here. But if there's something you like, or like to me, Target is home away from home, almost as soon as I go in there, ideas keep coming in here. And here's the deal on this platform, YouTube, there are so many wonderful videos about the technicalities of printing a card, uh, the way to open an Etsy store, how to best upload art, how to best create art. Again, that's not what I get asked. What I get asked the most is where are the ideas from? So I thought that's what I can bring to my channel because in combination with my Etsy store where I've sold 10,000 plus cards, it says 3,000 sales on my Etsy shop, the Vanity Gallery. I'll put the link in. But those sales represent orders, and almost every single order is at least 2 to a dozen cards. And previously, I used to license my cards, which means basically a company would rent my image, but I would write them, I would illustrate them, but they would produce and sell them. And when they were licensed, they were sold in about the same number again, 10,000 plus stores. And the company sold anywhere from 3 to 500, half a million annually, which was fantastic. But the company made changes. And I have found for me, rather than try to conform to humor that is not my natural voice, an Etsy store is the best solution because no single company can keep up with the pace of my ideas and producing cards. Plus, as the CEO of my store, I don't have to wait for someone to go, is that funny? Do you think that's funny? Is that funny? What's funny about that? Do you get that humor? Is that funny? Mm-mm. If I think it's funny, I post it. I don't wait for 10 million people to tell me it's funny. I don't need to wait for 3 people to tell me it's funny. If it speaks to me, it's usually funny. So I thought what I could bring here was with the success of having best-selling cards and cards that do very well, I could bring how do you come up with the ideas? How do you come up with the ideas? How do you organize the ideas? How do you riff on your ideas? So for me, Target is home away from home. Very simply, home away from home, which I think this card appropriately shows. And I'll post as clear a picture as I can of the card. But anyway, this one says, "There's no place like home. There's no place like home. There's no place like home." Well, maybe except Target. I'm just saying. And then the inside of that card says, "Do a run and have some fun on your birthday." And people who know Target know that doing a Target run gives life. You go in for one thing. I often say I have TSS, Target Shopping Syndrome. You go in for saline solution. Oh my gosh, you come out with a pair of sneakers, a pair of pajamas, cat food. You may come out with a water bottle. You may come out with a gallon of milk. You go in for one thing, but I promise you, you come out with far more than you planned. So that also was the idea for this card as well, which says, if Target had a bar, your family and friends would always know where you are. But then this riffs off the idea I just said to you, I just offered, which was I'd probably go in, if it had a bar, which would be fabulous. I'd probably go in for a soda. then maybe order a glass of wine, and after that, a cocktail. And then maybe I might buy an appetizer, and perhaps I would then order a meal if Target offered. And after that, a little dessert. And when I was done, I would ask if I could purchase the cocktail napkins they use. The struggle is real. Stay focused and have a fabulous birthday. Now, anybody who is a Target shopper totally gets that humor. So here's my first suggestion. Think of a place you love. Think of a place where you find your happy spot. Think of a place where could be a garden, could be a store, could be a shoe department in a store. My humor, the nucleus of my humor is vanity. My characters live by the credo. I don't think I said this already. Who cares how you feel on the inside as long as you look fabulous on the outside? Which, quite frankly, I think are words to live by. But at any rate, I want to help you come up with ideas. So I would suggest today, whether you're at your full-time job, whether you're doing things around the house, whether you're, whatever you're doing, balancing, because we all balance a million things. If the ideas come, either jot it down in your phone or write it on an index card. And then later I'll show you how this is my text idea Bible, because I'm going to explain what I do with those countless ideas that seem to come all the time. But again, just come up with 3 ideas that have to do with the place you like. And when it comes to humor, what speaks to you? Is it vanity? For me, it's vanity. I can't face a day without red lipstick and accessories. It just would never happen. Maybe it's sports. Maybe it's mom stuff. Maybe it's being single stuff. Maybe you're good with wine humor. Maybe you're good with risque humor. I like that as well. It's just not my customer. But I would say today, try to come up with 3 ideas, write them down somewhere. And then we'll kind of build from that. But like I said, I think the greatest thing I can offer, not all the technical stuff, although I will touch on all that, it's how to come up with ideas. And again, for me, happy place is Target. So how could I not be inspired by Target to do cards? I would jot down more, but truly I do have to run to Target because truly I do need saline. And I'll report back what I ended up getting.